Okay. So last meeting, we demonstrated how to use the spreadsheets in FreeCAD. So specifically, we've modeled a basic box with a specific thickness using the spreadsheets. So in this meeting, we'll try to apply that spreadsheet on a specific object. So in this case, I'm going to be using the table that I've created during my internship. So two different. I'll show two ways. So the first way is what if you directly change or edit a dimension, considering that you've already assembled all the parts. So upon testing, so that resulted to errors in constraints. So the other thing that I'm going to show to you is the more acceptable way in FreeCAD. So upon trying different exercises, um, it in FreeCAD it's better to uh, finish the individual parts first, and then make sure that there's a separate assembly each part, and then after you've done the revisions, that's the time that you'll be able to apply it in the A2 plus or in the assembly. So yeah, so let's show that. So let's say we have here the table. So as you can see here in the uh, combo view, that we have a lot of parts here that we've used in assembling the table. So what if we want to edit a certain part? So let's say you want to open a new file. We want to open, let's say you want to open the horizontal support. Okay. And then let's say you want to edit this one. So let's try to go to the spreadsheet, and we'll try to create a spreadsheet for this horizontal support. So I'm gonna undock it first. So let's say we have the length with thickness, the this little thing that holds the screws. I'm gonna call this the screw hole, just for this example only. Screw hole length, screw hole width, and then we also have the fillet, then the hole radius. For this case, I'm gonna be putting first the original dimensions. So based from the plan that I used for this model, so the dimensions are 1 to 50, 50, 50, and then this one is 50, 30, 10, and then 5. And then before we apply it to our model, we need to set an alias to this values. So for this length, we want this make this all capital length. The width, the thickness, screw hole length, screw hole width, okay, fillet, then hole radius. Okay, so what if you want to edit a dimension here? So let's first assign each alias to the sketch of this model. So first, we need to go to the sketch, and then as we can see here that the length is 1 to 50. So let's try to connect that. So again, spreadsheet, that length. Okay. Again, the indication that it's already assigned is that the annotation becomes orange. So next is spreadsheet on spreadsheet dot width. Okay, so for this example, I'm just gonna be showing the length and width because the process is still the same to the thickness up to the whole radius. So let's say we close this one. Okay. So initially, if we want to edit this one, we can just directly change these dimensions. Let's say we want to make this 1500, so it will automatically adjust. For the width, let's say we want to make this 100, and then it will automatically adjust. So going back to the assembly, okay, going back to this assembly. So the part that we used was this one, this part. It's the horizontal support 1 to 50. So we know that to update this part, we need to go to the A2 plus. And then considering that we've edited an individual part under this assembly, we just need to click this icon, which says update parts imported into the assembly. So if you click this one, you'll notice that there will be an error. So it says here that constraints inconsistent. Can a solve system please run the config finder tool? So this constraint mismatch is expected in this case because in dealing with the assembly, we uh, couldn't connect two parts which have different, contact surfaces, or if they do not have identical lines or plane or area. So that's why in this case that when we updated this assembly, the changes that we've created under the horizontal support 1 to 50 didn't reflect on this assembly because in order to do that, in order for us to see the updates here, then changing one part would result to changing the remaining parts. So in that case, the time and work would be the time would be more the time would be longer, and then the work will be harder in that case. So upon testing different things here under the assembly, so I guess the best way in dealing with that assembly and spreadsheets is to uh, create first the individual parts, like the horizontal supports, the stands, and then make sure to create separate spreadsheets in each of those parts in anticipation of future revisions. So again, okay, let's show that. So
So basically, like, I noticed like the legs are the same anyway, right?
yes, sir.
So the difference between the legs is the leg a cloned item, or is it like the same one item that's just you just add it multiple times,
Sir, same item.
same
Same item.
items. So the legs example, you'll just add a spreadsheet to the legs
Yes, sir.
and call this re-import it, something like that.
Oh, yes,
Is that
sir. I think that's
okay?
possible.
Okay.
It will just only use the reference file delay.
Oh, so I mean, if you just put spreadsheets on the legs, so you open the leg file, you set up the spreadsheet, and it'll you didn't change anything. You just set up the spreadsheet, then you can just reconfigure it. It'll now use that updated file that has a spreadsheet configuration already.
Yes, sir. As long as it fits the other parts as well. Like if there's no constraints or errors.
So if you made like the leg longer, which does not affect the
Mhm.
contact points, it doesn't. It won't error the system if you just made the legs longer.
So for that, I guess it depends. If let's say this leg is 1,000 millimeters, and if we make it 1,200 millimeters, so I'm not sure if the body would add on the top or at the bottom. So if we have
Depends probably on the center of mass or the
yes, sir.
reference point of the system.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I guess the workflow would be making sure that the center of the object is at the contact point. That way, if it's going to get longer, it will extend from the center downward. Diba? Kasi diba when
Yes,
it's
sir.
scale, when you change the shape, the center determines what directions the
Yes, sir.
scaling happens. Okay.
As long
Uh,
as, sir, it doesn't interfere with other parts, I think that's possible, sir.
okay. Sige, sige. Sige, sorry. Continue. Continue.
Okay, let's open a new. So let's open a new file. Uh, so so I'm gonna show the more appropriate way. So again, we open the file, we open, and then we want we FreeCad files, and then we want this new file. Okay, and then we open the individual parts. It's then difficult. We open all of this. Okay. So in this case, let's say we'll try to edit other parts. So let's say we want this horizontal support 1700. So we go to the, oh no, we go to the spreadsheet, and then we need to unlock this window. So yeah, so let's try to edit this part as well. So our parameters, again, the length, width, thickness, screw hole length, screw hole width, the fillet, and then the hole radius. And then based from the plan, so the dimensions are 1700, 50, 50, 50, 30, and then 5. So again, setting on areas, the length, the width, thickness, 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 screw hole length, width, fillet, and the hole radius. Okay, so in this case, we again go to the sketch of the original uh, part. So we go to the sketch, and then we set the formula editor to spreadsheet the length. Click OK, and then spreadsheet width. Click OK, and then we close this one. So after that, so if we again try to change the dimensions, we make it 3000, so it will apply. So what about if we're dealing with this the whole radius? So the whole radius we can find that here under the pocket, the sketch 002. So let me fix this dimensions first. So in this case that we have repetitive features in the sketch, like in this case we have 4 whole radius, so we have to repeat the same process in each of those features. So if we click all of them simultaneously, all these whole radius, and perform the step just one process, so it will not proceed. So in this case, we have to do it uh, individually, just like the other parameters included in this design. So you can observe that in setting spreadsheets, so it really takes a lot of process, but the process is just repetitive. So
Ivan,
yes,
I
sir.
think I think when we first created it, if we use the alias system and we just use the various clone features,
Mm.
clone array features, we wouldn't need to do it repetitively. It's
Yes,
because
sir.
we learned spreadsheet after we learned the basics. So that's why we're doing it repetitively. But once we learn how to do it, the spreadsheet, I think we just use array and then it'll just array.
Yes, sir.
It'll just I think clone and array. So okay lang yan. It's just it's a just it's what you call this. It's a minor setback lang. It won't be tedious in once we make our own templates, a template furniture. Uh,
Spreadsheet whole radius. I guess yes, sir.
yeah, I learned this alias is it can connect to dimensions, not just constraints. So constraints yan, di ba?
Yes, sir.
You can link it to dimensions so that the dimensions will, the visible dimensions will also um, follow the items. Well, wala lang, uh, it's very flexible. You can you can link various specifications to other specifications so that when those specifications change, it automatically adjusts. So that we just need to develop a strategy for it. Once we have a strategy, it will apply to a lot of furniture.
Mm. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Again, so if we try to adjust the radius to, let's make it smaller, make it 3, so it will only apply to this one. So going back to the combo view. So again, we have many parts here. The horizontal supports, the metal leg, the side metal leg, the tabletop, and then the stand. So, so as I've said in from the start that in order for us to edit these parts, we must make sure that we we create individual spreadsheets for them. So because as I've demonstrated earlier, when we deal with spreadsheets after we assemble all these parts and then expect a lot of errors. Okay, so yeah, so
Mm.
sir, so sir, I guess that's pretty much it. So I'll try to send the compilation of these parts for them to try or explore in this assembly and spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, uh, moving forward, like one of the things I learned was, so it's the center that determines. It follows. It's same in Blender and most 3D software, diba? The center of the object, you can assign it. Like you have to go to sketch mode, then change. Can you go back to sketch mode of that object just to see lang yung saan yung gitna niya? Or use transform. It will show the center. So if you right click it, diba? May transform. Or you have to open the file itself.
I guess there's a separate file, right?
So
Uh,
if you go to the file, yeah.
uh,
Yeah, anyway, any which one. Does it open for you both? Because when I open one, it doesn't open another one. Okay, it opens. So you can transform body, right click, transform. So its center is middle.
yes,
Can you go to sketch mode? It'll show you. Sorry, yeah. Enter sketch mode. Sige. Press the sketch symbol so that you enter the sketch mode. Ah, tama ba? Yeah, okay. There. So it's really you're in the center of the sketch mode sets the center. Okay, sorry.
yes.
Okay. Sorry, I have to take a call. Uh, I'll give. Sige. I'll let the others to try. Sorry.
Alright, also I've already sent the Google Drive link containing all of the parts of the table.
Sorry. My boss called. Sorry. Okay. I was prepared for this. Guys. So one of the things the one of the challenges was sorry about that. One of the challenges was wait. Let me. Um, One of the challenges was the dimensions. Screen two. So I also shared a file. I think I added everyone to the Blender GIMP FreeCAD group. Um, and what you call this? What you call this? A very simple exercise lang to. So you will wait, Blender FreeCAD. Uh, Blender FreeCAD. So I shared these files. Uh, so you'll have this thing called varnishing area layouting. It's a very simple exercise. Call this. It's gonna take maybe just a very quick set of minutes. So uh, very simple. So you see here this wall. So if I use space bar. So I already set up the dimensions for drawing. So what you can do is just space bar, space bar, top. Simple. Just draw the what you call this. Draw the layout for the wall. So the wall is just you can use sketch for the wall. So I just go from the root, the parent. I go to the parent, and I just there's this is wire. It's similar to Sketcher, but I'll just use Sketcher na lang. Can you hear me? Am I clear? Uh,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
okay. So si Alex, I know you're not okay. So I'll just demo na lang. So this is already scaled. So all of you guys know how to do scaling anyway. Um, Call this. So I'll just scale. I'll do, sorry, not Sketcher. Tama, Sketcher. I'll create a sketch, XY plane, because we're looking at top. I offset it. Because if I don't offset it, the picture will cover it. No, sorry. I won't offset it. The picture is offset. The sketch is not offset. So now that I've set it up, I can now use what you call this. Dimensions. Wait, close ko muna. The sketch is there. I can always go back to it. I'll just hide these dimensions. It might get confusing. Okay, go back to sketch. I guess it's very simple. Okay, sorry. When you're working, you will have to go to preferences. So like right now, it's set to white. So it's not sketch colors. Is that right? Let's try using gray. Apply. Ayun, I can see it na. Although it's not a very good system. So it's very simple. You just have to. You can use a square. You can use. Is this called square too? Yeah. Sorry, you can use rectangle, and you can use polyline. You can use whichever. So it reaches up to here, and then it doesn't. You don't have to be accurate. One of the fun. Oh shoot. Stop. Okay. Okay. I'm using Blender controls kasi. Okay, then I escape. So I think I did. So that's there. So, uh, call this. Oops. Uh, constraint. Okay, constraint. Uh, oh shoot. Can- wait. It's correct. Oh, sorry. Cancel. That's wrong constraint. Constraint. You can use constraints to fix it up. Um, call this. So this is the next. So anytime you see a door, you just make a wall because the window feature allows you to make a portal later on. So in this case, I think I just need a polyline or a normal line. So I'm just there. Uh, yeah, it's gray. I should have chosen a color, no? Sorry, preferences, sketcher. I should use a color, not a gray. I should use one of the primary colors or something. Um, I guess a green. Apply. Ayun, it's easier to see. Kasi nga, we tend to trace we tend to trace these things. So it needs to you need to use where else? Oh, yeah, I think was that supposed to be? Yeah, I know there's an oven built here. A burner. Assume that's the case. So, okay, where's the magic trick? The magic trick is here in the uh, constraints. Tama ba? Constraints. So I can select this and this, right? Wait, sorry. Tama ba? 5944? 59? Okay. Ah, okay. I don't need to set it up. Next is sorry. Sorry. How do I select this? Do I right click? I click out. Ayan, sorry. I right click to leave the controls and uh shift, diba? To maintain. Okay. Um should I parallel this? If I move this, this is gonna angle, right? I should parallel this. Uh, constraint. Okay. Last but not least, call this constraint. Yeah. So it's there. Okay, we have this. Then having made the sketch, so I already have a wall. I'm doing it again. And since you can have access to the file, so you just go to college. You just go to Arch, and having selected the wall, you just click wall, and you have your wall. So one of the things I discovered was the height was not ano ba yun? So here's the wall. Um, what you call this? Okay, go back to top. Uh, so now that you see the wall, you want to edit the dimension of the wall. You go to data, and you'll see there the what you call this, the area and the height. It defaults at 3 meters. You can change the default. If I remember right, we can go to, let's just hide this wall for a bit. Let's view front, front. So according to this, it's what 160 ceiling height. So yeah. So let's call this. Let's set the ceiling height to uh sorry. No, I'm on the sketch. I should be on the wall. Like when Ivan was doing padding, you just do padding. You just do padding, and then you can affect the thickness. So here we just affect the height of the wall. So it's there. There 3160. So you can set it to center. You can send it to the right or inner. Um, call this. You can offset the wall, so it'll determine where your wall is relative to the line. So so that's is it just like Blender? You can press number keypad. No. Okay. So now that okay, so I go to transform. I can align. Where's transform? Am I selecting the wall? Wait. Okay, task. Ayun, move. So one of the workflows is that you have to go to your parent or which parent from the child to select what object you're working on. So we're working on the wall, and then we can affect the move. We can move this higher because it's not properly aligned. Tempted to press one in the number pad because of Blender. So right now it's a bit off, not in the correct height. Let's check the model. The model data. Sorry, check the sketch. The sketch data says placement is. Oh, okay. I guess it's close enough. Okay. So there. Alex, is Alex there?
Yes
Um,
po, sir.
Ayan. So I guess you can the hard part is actually after this the hard part is figuring out the windows, the doors.
Yes po, and
Doors
doors.
indoors, yeah. So this part I think you figured out naman. You were able to figure it out, right? Like the drawing, the
Oh,
sketch. Uh
actually, sir, I'm starting pa lang sa ano. Di ba po, sir, pagdagdag ng image, ah, ilalagay yung image sa workbench na image yung doon ilalagay
uh
yung plan. And
yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know, I copied it so you can download it and just use those images instead. Yeah.
pero sir, yung
Yeah, yeah.
sa akin, sa previous, sa previous ko na po, yung previous ko na work, doon ko lang nilagay yung image.
Hmm.
Bale, ang ginagawa ko now is siniscale ko gamit yung draft na workbench. And
Ah,
then after that, ang mistake ko lang ay bumalik ako kay part design. Dapat pala kay sketcher na po, no? For
oh, you're doing wall.
outlining.
Yeah, you're doing civil
Opo,
works.
walls pa lang po. Yes po. Walls pa lang po, sir. Actually, may hiwalay akong video na pinapanood din po. And tinry ko panoorin yung nasa Google Chat po na parang run-through. Kaso nabilisan ako. So,
Ah, okay,
nag-search din
okay.
po ako sa iPad. Ayun. So,
Okay,
so
okay.
far, sir, nag-outline pa lang po ako.
Okay. So yeah, So the hard part is doing the walls, and then for Ivan naman. Alex, if you can just work on the walls, that would be great. And then um, key to this is the what you call this. Key to this is the dimensions. Um, so once you do that, you're gonna have to set up dimensions, and in the system, you have to choose like. So let me turn this off, turn this on. Uh, oh, uh, Turn this on. You'll notice that the other one's transparent because I set up the transparent modifier. So there's transparency. This is a percentile value, so you can make it 99 and only the lines will be visible. Um, so I just need it 90% so I can what you call this 90%. So I'm on this second set of walls, and I can select the line, and I can select top, and I can set up a dimension. So the trick for dimensions is uh, the workflow for dimensions is first you set the preferences before you begin, because it depends on what you're working on. You could be working on architectural, which is large parts, so you'll need larger font, larger lines, larger arrows. In this case, what you call this? So where am I? Am I in? So arch. I use the draft dimensions. Sorry, because that was a tutorial that I read. So draft dimensions. I selected this. I go back to top to reset, or you can go to one of these, any of these to reset. And then having selected that, I press dimension, and you notice it moves around. So like Blender, you can press Z. No, sorry, you can press. Uh, I am moving on the x-axis. I can press X, and then I can put negative 2 meters. Uh, uh, and press enter. Tab, enter. Oops. Okay. I don't know why that would happen that way. So yeah. So these things, these lines which are important because of call this the arch detail, because it helps. So these lines, these are called X lines, extension lines, EXT lines. So you can modify them here. You can modify. Sorry, once you select this. Wait a minute. Why is it green? Oh, it's black. I remember setting this to green. So typically, um, preferences. Am I on drafting mode? I'm drafting mode. Preferences, draft, text and text and dimensions. What happened to the color? Cancel. Oh, okay, that's strange. Sorry. Dimensions, line color. Let's go bright green. So yeah. So you'll if I go what you call this? Uh, if I point it at an angle so that you can see like where the dimension is set, you could see it's there. I can change the position of it here under data. Uh, sorry, it should be here. Sorry, not data. So you should be able to you should supposed to be able to do it in data, but I've only successfully done it here under move. So I just click on this, and then what I do is I want to move around the x-axis, so I just move on x-axis. So there, so I move under the x-axis. Note that I use the inner line. Since I use the inner line, it will have a different dimension. But if we're gonna measure using the outer line, I should use a different one. Like, okay, so wait, combo view, go back to wall. I want to manipulate this wall. Okay, I am, what you call this? I have to hide this so I don't accidentally click it. And this is the line that I want to get a dimension on. I use dimensions. I cancel that because I have to be in the right view when I use dimensions. Okay, top view and dimensions. So there. So yeah. So this is how you use dimensions, I guess. So later, one of the things you can do in dimensions. Wait, what's it again? Yeah. Uh, Distance. So you see the alias symbol? Do you see it? Oh shoot! I can't click it. In the tutorial, the guy just clicked it. Was it because I'm not on modify mode? Oh yeah. Okay, okay. So yeah. Oops. Wrong one. This one. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. I guess that was a assumption of mine. Okay. So task exit. So oops. Okay. So there. I guess that's the key thing. One of the key things we'll need later on. It's that the constraints, the spreadsheet is linked. So once you set up the spreadsheet, you have to set up the dimensions so that it's easy to tell that at a glance what the thing is without having to pull out the dimension. Example would be, I guess, where's that table that I have it here, right? The table that Alisa made. Oh, sorry. It got work files. Sorry. I think we're going over time. The machines, disposal. One that Alisa made. I think it's have it here. Anyway, so I'll just find it later on. Anyway, the more important use of the dimensions is the later on the cabinet tree. So dimensions, the cabinet. Sorry, dimensions, the cabinet. How to work from scratch. So how to work from scratch. And spreadsheet A2 plus workflow. Is that correct? That's one of the design research items that we have to um, do. Um, okay. So I guess that's pretty much it for that. That's the research item. This for research. That's for fixing. Anyone have any questions from the lesson, like the one that Ivan demoed regarding uh, the table? The table was here, right? Ivan, you shared it. This includes also the sub files, right?
Yes, sir, yung individual files.
It's one file and it saves all the other files as a sub file. If it's
Ano,
A2
sir,
plus.
yung sir,
Folder to.
sa Google Drive link, individual files pala siya.
So you have to save it as a folder, as a group. and internally reference once you open it up again. Okay, okay, I get it. You can still use this. Okay, guys, there's no other questions. Um, so I sorry, one more thing, Ivan. So let's just discuss later the finishing area. You're going to make the, is it this one? Yeah. The I guess the as built drawings. Do you have enough information to make as built? Since you have since you have a general layout anyway, you can just make the thing go through the doors. We'll just figure out how to make yeah, you'll just make the thing make the boots, sorry. You'll just make the ducting go through the doors.
Sir,
Hey, there's no ducting here. It's just ducting going out. Is that correct?
sir,
Yeah, yeah.
sir, do I still have to create the walls or just the boost and the ducting?
Yeah, the boots and the ducting is fine. As built. So ducting going out, like the pictures. Uh where's the pictures? So it photo. So you just need the, so yeah, just the booths and the, yeah, just the booths and that ducting. And then the what you call the thing again?
The fan.
The yeah, you don't need to like detail this. I just need the height, yeah, and the dimensions because we're gonna try to put it inside in the future. Uh, so yeah, so this uh, and I guess this is the ducting. This is the only ducting you see. Oh, sorry. Huh, kakasya kaya? Uh, that kaya naman. That's doable. What I'm asking. Uh, uh, this is doable since you have the front, the top. I think there's a side view, but yeah, this is the side view. This is the overhang. This is the door. You don't have to like include the door. You just need to like the basic shape. Because we're gonna seriously modify it. We'll have a lot of modifications based on Kiriak's and feedback. So, is this sufficient information for the booths?
Yes, yes, sir. I think as long as there's dimensions, that's doable, sir.
Okay, okay. So this is the thing, um, and then later on we'll do the proposed because there's after this the proposed. Um, Sige, we'll talk later about the more about it when you can um, uh, provide it. Then after that, the proposed, and then again, all everything in FreeCAD because there's a lot of works going to be done in the plant right now. It's in disrepair because of now that we finally gotten approval for all the basic repairs to be allowed. We're going to I'm gonna get we're gonna try to create as many people trained in this as possible because there's no available technical to do the as built drawings. So we're gonna have hopefully other OJTs help, but if not, get other train other freelancers to help us make as built plans of the plant and eventually get the whole plant made in FreeCAD. I have the plant here, right? And sorry. It should be here. Sorry. Kabuyaw, Kabuyaw plant. And I forgot what name of that file. It's in the OJT log. Kabuyo Tech Center, no. Okay, I'll have to look for the file for the plant. But I had a file for the plant. I just can't remember where it was. Presentation. So yeah, I'll just look for the plant drawings. Okay. So yeah. Uh so guys, thanks for participating in the training. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask National University. Do you have any problems with the design? Uh, is it okay? Is it are you having any challenges with the making the cyclone separator in FreeCAD?
Sir, none so far po. We're still trying to do it in FreeCAD po as what we have done in SolidWorks po.
Okay. What's your target time to be able to um, what would be because I know you guys is December is your last or the end of this month is your term end.
Sir, we're trying to comply po and isabay po siya doon sa end po ng CDP2 namin. Since doon po sa proposal namin is magpa-project na po kami ng design po, model and design.
Okay. So for this term you're just gonna create a model and a design.
Yes po, sir. And for the following term po, we will do the simulation na po.
Then you needs to make a model and design. Okay. Yeah, because like once you make the design in FreeCAD, the next batch of OJTs, if I have enough, I'll have an OJT focus on the BIM features of FreeCAD. Does SolidWorks have BIM, Building Information System?
No po, sir. Focuses only on machine parts po. Yung sa BIM po, we use Revit.
Okay. So yeah, we're workbench. Sorry, I forgot how to add another workbench. It's add-on manager. Tama ba? Yeah, no proxy. And then BIM. Oh yeah, I think I installed it already. Yeah, it's already here. So yeah, it's here na pala. I forgot. I haven't used BIM yet. I haven't watched a tutorial, but I plan that the files that you generate, since there'll be electrical works in it, yeah, and it's electrical mechanical works and there's civil. I'll try to see. I'll use it as a an experimental system for learning to use the BIM system, since our company is a fit out company. Call this. Ayan. So yeah. So I'll look forward to it by December. Is that correct?
Yes po, sir.
December. Okay.
Sir, lastly po, I have a question regarding po dun sa type of wood na ginagamit po ninyo sa pag-produce po, sa woodworks po.
Type of wood, yeah. Sure, go. What type of wood?
Yes po, sir.
So many. Call this. Nandiyan ba si Jason? I don't know I know yung types of wood natin.
Sa paggawa ng furniture natin, sir.
Oo.
So, may particle board. Tapos, MDF. Marine plywood, sir.
So, yeah, tama. Yung joinery is usually that, no? We don't use hardwoods as much anymore.
Ngayon, sir, mas madami na siya yung solid wood natin na TKD. Madami na rin siya pinagagamitan kasi yung mga design nila ngayon is palaging may pa-art.
There's an art, may pagka-art niya. Okay, so talagang dapat solid wood.
Pero okay na yun siguro, sir.
Yeah, pero kung sanding ka, ibig sabihin solid wood, di ba? Plywood and solid wood. You can't use particle board with much sanding.
Particle board more, ano yun, sir, para sa mga side panel, gano'n. top. Pero yung MDF, para naman sa mga duo finish yan na cabinets natin. O kaya furniture na iba.
Painting to.
Apo. Advantage kasi yan pag ano sir, makinis na kasi. Unlike po sa mga plywood. Sa plywood naman sir, yan advantage niyan magaan. So yung mga naka-framing natin na mga furniture, yan yung ginagamit natin.
Okay, okay. Plywood. So yeah, we mostly marine plywood and solid woods. We have, I don't know the name kasi we kept before we used to keep stock of like all the different types of wood, special woods, but it's so rare na yung solid wood. And I don't know which one. Like I know we have stocks of birch, ano ba yan? Yung redwood. Yeah, we had a bunch of hardwoods that are there, has been in the warehouse for almost 10, 20 years. So, but we don't use them because no one actually orders them these days. Is that sufficient? The plywood and solid wood? I think the mahogany ito, di ba? Usually. Yung ginagamit.
Alin sir?
Yung normal, yung default hardwood natin.
Tanggili yan sir.
Tanggili. Pero local yan, hindi yan imported yung sa galing Malaysia.
Hindi sir.
Before kasi nung dati yung galing Malaysia yung kinukuha natin eh. Now, yan pala, local na siya. Okay. Kyle and you, is that sufficient information?
Yes po, sir. Because we're trying to know the types of wood po na ginagamit po, especially in sanding station kasi it will affect po the type of design. Although we will still proceed po with the cyclone type. Pero according po on our researches and previous studies regarding cyclone type, it cannot cater smaller or nano-sized particles po of wood dust. And kapag sanding po kasi commonly po na napoproduce, hindi po maiiwasan na makakapag-produce ng nano-sized particle po na wood dust. So
that's fine. Our personnel are equipped with N95 masks, sanding. They're and I think they also have parang may they have full face masks when they're in the sanding station, especially when they're applying varnish. So that's fine. Okay. Any other thing?
Sir, so far po, we're good po with the design naman po. And we're also making our paper. And we'll update you po regarding the design, updates po on our design po. And sir, mabanggit ko lang po, we have to change our advisor po in our CDP. Because Mr. Patrick Diwag po, he's a part-time faculty and hindi niya po kami kayang i-supervise all of the time. So, nag-switch po kami sa isang advisor. She's Miss Luvisminda Marcelo po. She's a full-time faculty in NU. Luvisminda Marcelo. Yes po, Marcelo. She's a full-time faculty in NU po. And she also has different experience in HVAC po, specifically in SM sa SM po siya nag-work.
Okay. That's good. Ayun, sige, I'll just coordinate. Just CC me when introductions with your advisor.
Yes,
so that, okay. So the CC email introduction to advisor. Okay. Sige. Okay, thanks for that update. Anyone else may update? Sige, if that's the case, we can adjourn if no other questions. We don't have a session this Friday. Last two sessions next week, and then target session, Ivan, would be what you call this? Let's just have one demo of a part being adjusted using spreadsheet in A2 Plus.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yung ano lang, yung leg na nag-extend. I guess that's ano lang. You just need to change the center of the object and then test it. Okay. Sige. I guess, yeah, thanks everybody. Thank you for your time. Thanks Ivan for the training.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ingat. Okay.